Hello you guys, it is Lizzie. Welcome to another video in our action plan series. This video is going to be a little bit different. Obviously, as you can tell, I am holding the camera vlog style. I am not at home. I'm in a different background. I'm currently in a hotel in LA. I just wrapped up a few days of press here, and so I am going to be doing this video in a new place. So think of it as like a little field trip for our action plan videos. I really hope you've been liking them. Don't forget, I am doing all of these videos with you guys leading up to the release of my new book, Dare to Be Kind, which is being released on June 6th of this year. I feel like I'm gonna keep saying this in every video because every video is getting us closer and closer to allowing you guys to have this book in your hands. Don't forget, you'll also be able to download the audio version of the book. I did record it personally, so it will be me narrating the book. I've always been a huge fan of audiobooks, so it was definitely a bucket list thing for me to record one of my own. Let's get into this week's video. Last week, I encouraged you to compliment people, and if you see something, say something in a positive way. Letting people in your life know that you appreciate them and that they mean something to you. This week's video is along the same lines, except this time I want to encourage you to, if you see something, say something, but really say something. And what I mean by that is if you see someone who is being bullied or who just needs a helping hand, or maybe they might have a disability that is sort of making it hard for them to communicate with someone else, and you know what they're trying to say, if you step in and help get the message across and make it a little bit easier for someone, that is what I mean for this video. When I was growing up, I had to deal with a lot of bullying and a lot of people calling me names. Most of it was because we were younger and because there wasn't a lot of awareness as to why I looked the way that I did. And it wasn't something where I walked around with this huge sign above my head that like explained my situation. It wasn't like that at all. I was just living my life as any one of you would live your lives on a daily basis. I remember there were many times where I would be out with my family or with my friends, and it would be very obvious that a group of people were telling each other to like look at me, and they'd be like whispering and pointing at me, and I always felt in that moment that I would rather just hide behind someone and ignore it and act like it didn't happen because I didn't want to draw more attention to myself. It's what I always wanted to do. But I remember there was a time when it happened at a movie theater and I was with my parents, and whenever it happened with my parents, for some reason I just dreaded the situation because I didn't want them to go talk to the people, and then just I didn't want it to happen. And I remember I was at the movies with them and there were people who were staring at me, and I noticed it. And my dad went up to them and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. Like, what is he gonna say? I just want to ignore it. I don't want to deal with it. He came back and I said, what did you say? Why did you go up there? And he said, I went up there and I told him, that's my daughter, Lizzie. She's just like you, and if you want to say hi, you're more than welcome to. It was a simple introduction, and he didn't go up to them and say, how dare you make fun of my daughter, or what are you thinking, you don't know her. He didn't do that. Instead, he stood up and he said something in a really respectful and kind way, especially in a moment where as a parent you would feel like you need to protect your child. He didn't do that, and it made the situation better. And who knows, maybe it helped those people realize that when you see someone who's different, you shouldn't really make them feel as if you're staring at them just to stare. You can just treat them like a human and just smile and say hello. So I want you to think about the people in your lives, whether you know them or not. And I want you to remember, when you are put in a situation where you see something happen, you can be the helper. You can be the person that stands up for someone in a nice way. We don't have to fight fire with fire. We can fight fire with kindness, because shockingly, it works. It works if we are kind, even to the people who you feel might not deserve it. They do. We all deserve to be accepted and have compassion for one another, even when it feels like it's impossible to have compassion for someone else. So what I want you to do for this action plan this week is to try and stand up for someone and say something for them in any situation, big or small. The key is, though, to make sure you're doing it in a nice way. And I, of course, just like all the other videos, want to hear what your situation was like and what you did and how it made you feel and how it made the other person feel. Don't forget, you can share your stories with me on Instagram or in the comment section below or on Twitter or on Facebook, but make sure you use the hashtag #ShareToBeKind so that I can see what you guys are doing, because it's pretty awesome, and I love that we are doing all of this together because we are an incredible community, and I think if we continue doing things like this, who knows, we can make a difference in this world. But I am going to go ahead and go. I have to be up in a few hours to go back to the airport and go somewhere else this week. I'll be speaking in Maryland for the first time, so I'm super excited about that. But I gotta get to bed, and I have to take all this makeup off and take a shower and put my pajamas on and get ready to do this all over again. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for being a part of all of this, and I will see you in the next video. I love you. Bye.